For the sixth time in the last 7 years, the number of kids playing high school football across the country is down. The primary reason, parental concerns over concussions. Sports director Doug Mouton joins us live in Tuscaloosa, where LSU will play Alabama Saturday, with what that means locally. Doug?
Yeah, hey, Ton. Yeah, and look, LSU and Alabama, both these schools recruit New Orleans and the state of Louisiana heavily. LSU has 71 players on its roster from the state of Louisiana. Alabama has 10 Louisiana kids on its roster. And yes, the National Association of all those state sports associations says the number of kids playing high school football across the country is down, but that's not the case around New Orleans.
Yes, spin this way now.
This is McDonough 35's football practice.
Right there.
And participation is not a problem.
We got 90 kids out for football.
No, I got the hub.
Numbers is growing, and right now, like at 35, we don't have enough uniforms.
And that's not really an issue. It just means they've never had this many kids playing high school football. And his team is loaded. In many ways, this is the golden age of New Orleans public school football. Last season, both Carr and Landry Walker won state championships. They're both terrific again this season. So is Warren Easton and Carver and McDonough 35.
Public school in the inner city is on the roll, I tell everybody.
And Wayne Reese would know. He's coached at Orleans Parish Schools for 45 years now. He says they are very aware of the concussion issue and they don't ignore it, just the opposite. Coach Reese says they're able to get ahead of the concussion question with parents by meeting with them through a program sponsored by Tulane where they address the concerns and what they're doing to limit concussions. He said equipment is far better than it's ever been before, and he says they teach tackling differently.
You're never going to hit anybody head on, and you're not going to drop your head, and all these kinds of things. That was bringing that concussion on and everything. And then we're not going to put bigger kids against smaller kids.
Right there, right there, right there.
Do you think this generation today will have less head injuries than people our age?
Without a doubt, without a doubt. You know, I just think it's because it's in the forefront.
And every coach we talk to believes going forward, the number of recurring head injuries will decrease, largely because kids aren't running the ball or tackling with their heads down anymore. High school football practices look a lot different than they did 20 years ago, with significantly less hitting. And as Wayne Reese said, the number of kids playing in public schools is not down. It's also not down in private schools around New Orleans. Jesuit coach Mark Sanji says his numbers remain consistent. The same is true in Metairie at Rummel, where Jay Roth has not seen a drop in participation.
I haven't seen it, no. I mean, if you're at Rummel and you have athletic ability, you're playing football. I mean, that's just, and kids want to play.
And the kids certainly want to play in the river parishes. Longtime Destrehan coach Stephen Robichaux says his participation numbers haven't really changed in 25 years. The question is, why? Why are some parts of the country seeing a drop while South Louisiana isn't?
I just think it's the culture. It's South Louisiana, it's football, it's the Destrehan Hornville game. It's everybody wants to be a part of something, and the community's involved here.
Fournette. Louisiana produces the highest number of NFL players per capita of any state. Football is just ingrained in the culture.
It is Landon Collins for the fourth straight game.
It's just who we are. And the number of kids playing all high school sports is up for the 28th straight year. And more kids play high school football than any other high school sport. But again, those numbers are down nationwide about 2%, although not down around New Orleans. Reporting live in Tuscaloosa, Doug Mouton, Eyewitness News. We'll see you in sports.